Right, back again one more time. This is, there we go. Doing back-to-back scopes today. Seems to be the habit now. My name is Barry Selby, and this is my daily Peri-tips. Quick scope to help you get clarity on things. If you're doing Periscope yourself and you're broadcasting, these are helpful for you. If you're not yet jumping that hurdle to actually start shooting your open Periscopes, this may give you the nudge over the top. This one actually is good for you if you're a scope broadcaster or if a scope viewer, because this one has come up. You're eating lunch. Okay then. Well, enjoy that. Hopefully this won't make you choke whilst I'm talking. So, Peri-tip. This one is about the landscape mode. If you're an iOS phone user, iPhone or iPad, there was an update came out this past week which allowed you to do landscape mode, which is really cool except for a couple of things. One is that when you do your scope in landscape mode, if you don't have the update, it doesn't work for you. You end up with this small little picture done sideways. So instead of being the whole screen like this, whole screen like that, it's this. Well, I appreciate the fact you're doing it slowly. A smart move. Now, this update is basically a prelude to what's coming next, because for those who have been in the know, with Apple releasing their new products this past week, or I should say announcing their products this week and shipping them the next few weeks and months, this is preparation for the Apple TV app coming out with the Apple TV update, which will allow you, sorry, that's the blinds rattling in the background in case you're wondering what the background noise is. The Apple TV is going to be putting up your periscopes on the TV screen, which is landscape mode. Thank you. That's why it's the Marina del Rey, which I'm spending a few days at this week, which is nice. That's why it's planned ahead to put the landscape mode in. But there's some caveats. One is, again, as I said, if you don't have an updated device, I don't know if the Android got it or not, but if your device is not updated, landscape mode doesn't work properly. Second thing is, and this is where the bug came in, iOS 9, yes, that's not going to impact Periscope, that's going to impact the whole phone. There's some great stuff coming with that, and I'm not sure if I'll do a post on that, even though I'm an iOS lover, an iPhone lover, but we'll see. This is Peri-tip, so it's Periscope. So basically, if you're in Periscope, what I've noticed a couple of times is you watch your Periscope, and at some point it will flip on you. So you're watching someone's Periscope, and instead of being full screen, it suddenly just shrinks to half the screen, or it tones and it becomes a portrait mode. And you're in landscape, which is very odd. Can I zoom in? Like that, yeah, just pinch the screen. That's a normal thing. On landscape, sorry, as a viewer I don't think you can, so I don't know about that. That's a good question. I'll check that out myself. I'm not in landscape mode, but if you can, your end, you can zoom in the screen from your side, let me know if that works or not, because it's the same thing in portrait or landscape. So what happened, what the solution is, it's just a simple thing. Okay, then that's the answer. So as the broadcaster, you can zoom in your own scope, as the viewer, you can't. So if you're in landscape mode and you're watching someone's scope that's in landscape mode and suddenly it pops into portrait and shrinks to half the size, it won't go back on its own, at least not until it feels like it. It's a bug. The way to fix it, if you're watching a landscape Periscope live or archived or recorded, replay, that's the word I'm looking for, replay, just quit the Periscope and go back in again. Quit the scope. You don't have to quit the application, but quit the scope, restart it again, and it should reset back to the format it was in to start with. That's a little fix for you. Thanks for the hearts for that one. Landscape mode that I have some points about. One of the biggest things people haven't yet done, which I think is a great idea. Sorry, I did see someone do it yesterday. But the thing about landscape mode is you get more width in your scopes, which is awesome. That's very useful if you interview people. So if you're a person who's on scope, and I know some people who are watching this, so will be watching the replay that know about this, it's easier now to do a live in-person interview side by side in front of the camera in a landscape mode. There's been a push lately, and I'm getting them myself, these lenses you can put over your iPhone camera to give you a wider view so you can fit more things in. But with landscape mode, that solves, it obviates, it's a fancy word, it solves that problem for you. So landscape mode has its benefits. And again, once it goes to the Apple TV hookup, that's going to give you the big landscape of TV. That's another reason why it's good to have the new phones coming out, because the new iPhone 6S and 6 Plus S have the new front-facing camera that's more powerful, so it gives you a sharper image to do big images on the Apple TV. There's a logic to all this stuff. But if you use in landscape mode, just be aware of the caveat that if you're shooting landscape and somebody else does not have the update, they won't get the full benefit of that. So I've been tending to shoot all my scopes still in portrait mode, because frankly, it's just me and the camera anyway. I mean, put it sideways, you're going to see like background, which is not exciting. I mean, well, take it back. If I do it this way, and you can see over my shoulder, that's not a bad view. And the truth is, how many Apple items do you have? Right now, I just have 2. I have an iPhone and a MacBook Pro. I will be getting the new iPad Pro when it comes out, or the iPad, the iPad Pro that comes out next month. I'm getting the new iPhone. My contract expires this month, so I'm getting the new iPhone shortly. And I'm also going to get the Apple TV when it comes out, which is in November, I think, or October. I'm not sure when yet. But at some point, I'm not rushing into them right now, but I'm very happy because I'm due for some upgrades, and the upgrades that are coming out now are awesome. So let's answer your question. How many do you have? Well, thank you. That's what it is. I've lived in LA for over 30 years, but I'm from England, and that accent never went away. I had friends of mine came over. You have 5. You're pretty invested there. So you have all the toys, and I guess they're fairly current too. I'll wait for the answer for that. That's the thing I have been holding off to a degree, and also it wasn't something I was putting my money into. I had other priorities, but it's time to upgrade my gear. Now I've got Periscope. I want the bigger phone because it's a bigger picture and it's got a better camera, so I want the new phone, and it's time now. My contract's expiring. And well, I'm upgrading some other hardware, but the Apple TV is very, very exciting. That's a new cool toy. Anyway, that's off the subject of this. Time to upgrade. Yeah, I've been pending upgrades on a few other things in my life too. I'm putting on trend. Very cool. Yeah, I'm actually an Essex boy. Raised in Hornchurch in Essex, just outside of London, and liking the fact that some of the people I follow on Scope are actually in London. If you want, by the way, if you're really fascinated about tips for Periscope, I recommend this guy. I didn't put him in my hashtag, but I'll mention it here verbally. There's a guy in London, in Westminster, named Alex Pettit. Alex, A-L-E-X. Pettit is P-E-T-T-I-T-T. This kid, and he's in his mid-20s, is an absolute genius, and he's a social media geek, and he posts pretty much every day about Periscope tips. So if you want to go way beyond what I'm teaching, I do share some of his ones here because I sort of break them down more simply. But he's got a big following, and he's blown up because of Periscope in a good way. So if you want to find someone else who does good Peri-tips, I recommend him highly. My third is coming close. Yes, we're discussing if we're going to go beyond that. By the way, that's I don't know your name, by the way, so I can't read it in the grey. Day 25. I'm part of a group called the 30-Day Periscope Challenge, and I chose in the challenge to do 1 Periscope a day. Now I'm doing 2, so I've already exceeded my count I had as a goal. Some people haven't done their first yet, but it's basically an online community to learn how to use Periscope. So if you're learning how to use Periscope, join groups. If you're interested in this one, even though it's only a week to go, we are going to extend it. We're discussing if it's going to do for 60 days, or we can do some other programs we're still discussing. Periscope, you can find out more about this from my friend's website, which is where you sign up. I'll just give you that here so you can go there if you want to get it. It's michellewhitehart.com, and that's Michelle with 2 L's. White's the color, and Hart is H-A-R-T. A lot of old people are having a hard time taking selfies. It's funny. Well, they're not used to this. Me, frankly, I saw a video on YouTube. Sorry, let me finish the web address. I'll get back to one point about that. michellewhitehart.com/Periscope. You can opt in there to join our group. Simple as that. And you get all the Peri-tips and stuff. You were talking about the old people having a hard time doing selfies. I saw a video on YouTube. It's something about kids hate, or no, sorry, what kids think. And basically, there's a YouTube video for what kids think of the old-fashioned rotary phone, and it's hysterical. I'm in the generation where rotary phones were still around, and I saw the introduction of the wireless phones back in the 70s and 80s. So I remember those days. There's something amazing to watch the transition of technology. I came in right before that. I got my first Atari young, actually. I was in my teens. So yeah, I started in games before I got into computers, to be honest. With, what was that? Space Invaders. Oh, well, I'm dating myself now. So, get back to the thought I was on. This is the fun part of doing Periscope. Yes, so technology shifted so much. So these kids are picking up a phone and don't know how to do anything, and the interviewer, having fun with them, said, how do you do a text? And someone trying to figure out on a rotary phone how to send a text. They didn't know how to lift the receiver to make calls. They didn't know what busy signal was. They didn't know, so it's like generationally we've moved so fast in technology. The kids that are born now, I have a friend of mine, it's all over the map, but I want to share this one thing. A friend of mine whose daughter's now 5, I was at her second birthday party. She was 2, I think, at the time. And she got her mother's iPhone, which was, I think, an iPhone 3GS or 4 at that point, because it was 3 years ago, 3 or 4. And even at the age of 2, yeah, it was 2, it wasn't 3, boy. She knew how to open the iPhone, swipe through the apps, find the YouTube app, and scroll through to find Sesame Street videos at 2 years old. Oh, and then she'd start crying if it didn't download fast enough. That's how fast the minds of kids are growing so far. So as a generational change, we're all evolving at different paces. So old people having problems with selfies, depends who they are. There are different generations of culture about this technology. So that's way off topic anyway, but thank you for watching. I'm going to cut this short now because I've got things that are going to get done now. If you want to watch me each day, you can find me on Periscope. Follow me, please. You can swipe left on phone, you can swipe down with Android and follow me. Share it with your friends and followers on Facebook and Twitter, which is the other thing they hit with the new update. You can do Facebook shares. All my archives are at catch.me/barryselby, catch with a K. And this Periscope is up for you to get stuff going. And again, I do a daily Peri-tips and a daily love scope. That's my 2 teachings each day. Thank you for watching and appreciate your interaction. Go out and have some fun and play with Periscope. It's good stuff. See you later.